Look at your phone. Look at your contacts. Now ask yourself a dangerous question. If your life fell apart today, how many of those names would actually care? Not send a sad emoji care, but stand by your side in the storm care. If that number is small or even zero, society tells you something is wrong with you. But what if society is lying? Welcome to INVICTUS X. We live in an era that treats solitude like a disease. We are told that popularity is the currency of success and that a quiet phone is a sign of failure. But the ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, saw things differently. They taught that the wise often walk alone, not because they reject humanity, but because they refuse to betray their own peace. If you have spent long periods of your life in solitude, or if you find yourself unable to relate to the vast majority of people you meet, it may not be loneliness, it may be mastery. In a world addicted to noise, dopamine, and constant validation, few people develop the rare traits that silence demands. Today, we're going to dissect the 5 rare traits that explain why you have few friends. These aren't flaws, they are the armor of a Stoic mind. By the end of this video, you will understand why your circle is small and why that is your greatest advantage.
Trait number 1. You refuse to wear the mask. Marcus Aurelius laid down a rule that is unbearable to the modern world. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Think about the last social gathering you attended. How many conversations were real? How many smiles were genuine? Most of modern social interaction is a performance. It is a theater where people wear masks of success, happiness, or politeness to gain approval. But you have a defect, according to society. Your defect is that your radar for falseness is too sharp. You sense manipulation, ego, and hidden motives within seconds of meeting someone. Let me tell you a story about a man we'll call Alex. Alex works in a high-rise office. Every day at lunch, his colleagues gather to complain about the boss or gossip about who is dating whom. To fit in, Alex needs to nod, laugh, and agree. He needs to wear the mask. But Alex physically can't do it. He stays at his desk or goes for a walk. His colleagues think he is arrogant or antisocial. But Alex isn't rejecting them. He is rejecting the exhaustion of pretending. You see, acting creates a cognitive load. Lying, even social white lies, drains your energy. If you value truth over popularity, you naturally step away from environments that require you to perform. You would rather be alone with the truth than surrounded by hypocrisy. The Stoics called this integrity. As Epictetus warned, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That is the price of removing the mask. You lose the crowd, but you gain yourself.
Trait number 2. You only connect through depth. You don't avoid people, you avoid shallowness. There is a specific kind of torture for the Stoic mind, and it is called small talk. Talking about the weather, the traffic, or the latest celebrity scandal feels like chewing on cardboard. It provides no nourishment. You crave logos, the rational, divine order of the world. You want to talk about why we are here, what happens after we die, the nature of virtue, the structure of the universe. Imagine 2 divers. Most people are snorkelers. They stay on the surface, looking at the pretty fish, chatting about the waves. You are a deep-sea diver. You want to go where the pressure is high and the light is dim, because that is where the hidden things are. When a snorkeler tries to talk to a deep diver, there is a disconnect. They think you are too intense. You think they are too distracted. Seneca said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." To you, this isn't just a nice quote, it is a survival mechanism. Meaningless interactions drain your spirit. You are not rejecting friendship, you are waiting for a resonance that most people simply cannot provide. And until you find that deep resonance, you are content to walk alone, because silence is infinitely better than empty noise. It's worth noting that this desire for authentic connection is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. As highlighted in Insights from Glasp, Marcus Aurelius emphasized that genuine friendships are vital, but they must be built on mutual respect and vulnerability, not superficiality. You are looking for a soul connection, not a networking opportunity.
Trait number 3. Your mind needs solitude to recover. Not all minds process life in the same rhythm. Some people are like solar panels. They need the bright sun of social interaction to generate energy. You are more like a battery that charges on a dock in a quiet room. This is often misunderstood as being antisocial. It is not. It is biological and psychological maintenance. If you are observant, which most Stoics are, you are constantly absorbing micro-expressions, tones of voice, and emotional shifts in the room. This high level of awareness is a superpower, but it comes with a cost: rapid depletion. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." For you, solitude is the only place where the world stops demanding things from you. After a day of noise, you need to declutter the mind. You need to reorder your thoughts. While others fear being alone because they are terrified of their own inner monologue, you welcome it. Your solitude is a sacred workshop. It is where you sharpen your philosophy. If you force yourself to socialize when your battery is empty just to appear normal, you become irritable and resentful. The wise man knows his limits. He withdraws to recharge, so that when he does return to the world, he can be of service.
Trait number 4. You are fiercely independent and free from approval. This is perhaps the trait that intimidates others the most. Epictetus said, "He who seeks approval from others puts his happiness in their keeping." Look at social media. It is a factory of dependency. People post their breakfast, their workouts, and their thoughts, begging the world to say, "You are good enough." They are slaves to the algorithm and the opinions of strangers. But you prefer the applause of your own conscience. You have realized that if your self-worth depends on others, you are a slave. There is a story of Diogenes the Cynic, a philosopher who influenced the Stoics. Alexander the Great, the most powerful man in the world, once came to Diogenes and said, "Ask of me anything you want, and I shall give it to you." Diogenes, who was sitting in the sun, looked up and said, "Stand a little out of my sun." Diogenes did not need the emperor's validation, he needed the sunlight. That is the level of independence you possess. You follow your principles even if no one is watching. As noted in Lessons on Epicurus from Glasp, seeking popularity and external validation inevitably leads to anxiety. Authenticity is the only path to peace. Because you don't need their applause, you become unpredictable. You cannot be controlled by praise or shame. And for many people, a person they cannot control is a person they do not like. That is fine. Let them misunderstand you. Your freedom is worth more than their understanding.
Trait number 5. You trust carefully because experience has taught you. The Stoics were not naive. They did not believe in blind optimism. They believed in seeing the world as it is. If you have few friends, chances are your past has taught you the high cost of misplaced trust. Perhaps you were betrayed. Perhaps you were abandoned. These scars are not signs of damage, they are lessons. You have learned that trust must be earned through virtue and consistent action, not given away freely like candy. You observe before you open up.
You listen before you reveal. You are like a fortress with the gates up. Some call this trust issues. We call it wisdom. Epictetus advised to be slow to trust, but never in malice. This distinction is crucial. You aren't bitter, you are discerning. You understand that love without discernment is self-destruction. But here is the beautiful paradox. Because your circle is small, it is sacred. When you finally let someone across the drawbridge, your loyalty is absolute. You are the friend who stays when everyone else leaves. You are the one who tells the hard truths that help your friend grow. You offer a quality of friendship that is rare in a quantity-obsessed world.
So, what does all this mean for you? It means that your solitude is not a curse. It is a consequence of depth. You perceive what others ignore. You feel what others disguise. You think before you speak. The modern world confuses this with loneliness, but the Stoics saw it for what it truly is, self-communion. You are not avoiding the world. You are preparing yourself to face it. Remember, the strongest trees often grow apart from the dense forest, where they have room to spread their roots deep into the earth. If you have ever looked around and wondered why no one understands you, remember, you are not broken, you are becoming. You are cultivating virtues that few have the courage to live by. Honesty, depth, self-mastery, independence, discernment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. And that is exactly what you are doing, quietly, consistently, even if no one notices. If this message resonated with your soul, take a moment to breathe. You are exactly where you need to be. We want to hear from you. Which of these 5 traits do you identify with the most? Do you find your solitude to be a burden or a blessing? Share your story in the comments below. Let's build a community of depth in a shallow world. And if you want to keep growing on this journey of inner strength, make sure you are subscribed to INVICTUS X. Turn on notifications. Join us, because by caring for your inner peace, you are not just watching a video, you are training your mind to be invincible. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic,